So, instead of releasing a bunch of old Nickelodeon games like I kind of thought they would have by now, THQ Nordic has once again collaborated with Purple Lamp Studios to make a new SpongeBob game, a brand new SpongeBob game which is serving the role of a bit of a spiritual successor many years later to Battle for Bikini Bottom. Anyway, today's trophy list analysis video is for Spongebob Squarepants, the Cosmic Shake, releasing on January 31st, 2023, probably the same day this video will go up. The game features a grand total of 44 trophies worth 1,305 points, 1 platinum, 3 golds, 9 silvers, and 31 bronzes. Interestingly, the game is not on PS5, it is only PS4, so that's kind of surprising. Anyway, let's take a look at the list. Alright, so our Platinum Trophy is called One Sponge to Rule Them All. If you are not on PlayStation, then the Platinum Trophy is the award that you get for obtaining all other trophies in the game. Now we have a whole bunch of bronze trophies in a row. Dress up, unlock your first costume. That's probably the first trophy you're going to get in the game. I can also see that a lot of the early access people seem to have already finished the game, so that is, I guess, a good sign. That means that the game's going to be fairly easy and probably not super long either. Deputy, complete all main missions in the Wild West Jellyfish Fields. Movie star, complete all main missions in the Karate Downtown Bikini Bottom. First mate, complete all main missions in Pirate Goo Lagoon. Scaredy Pants, complete all main missions in Halloween Rock Bottom. Ooga Ooga, complete all main missions in the prehistoric Kelp Forest. King of the Castle, complete all main missions in Medieval Sulphur Fields. Ride Rider, complete all main missions in Jelly Glove World. So it does look like it's some slightly reused locations from the original Battle for Bikini Bottom, because the original Battle for Bikini Bottom had Jellyfish Fields, Downtown, Goo Lagoon, Rock Bottom, and the Kelp Forest, as well as a whole bunch of other areas. But they're all in these sort of different setup in this game, like they're going to be almost like different dimensions pretty much. So that's cool. So we're going to see a very different version of each area from pretty much Battle for Bikini Bottom. Local Hero, our first silver trophy, save Bikini Bottom from being destroyed. That is presumably a end of game type of trophy. Just beat the game, I'm sure you'll get that one. Volley King, and this is the interesting thing about this game. You might remember that Battle for Bikini Bottom's trophy list was mostly just based around completing the game. Like, almost every trophy was earned by 100%ing the game, whereas you only had maybe like 3 or 4 miscellaneous trophies. Like, you had to get maybe 100 kills as each character, and you had to annoy Squidward. Maybe there was one other trophy along with that. So that game was almost entirely completion based. This game has a much higher level of miscellaneous trophies being available. Volley King, back to bronze, defeat 10 baby booms by reflecting their missiles. I remember you could do that to an enemy in the SpongeBob movie game, because this game is supposed to sort of take elements from all of the previous SpongeBob games, which is kind of cool. Jaws with Flaws, defeat 10 enemies with the Burrower. That seems easy enough. Wrath Tub, defeat 25 enemies with the Big Jellies attack. Seems easy enough, I guess. The Good, the Bad, and the Krabby, and we're off to silver trophies here. Catch Mr. Krabs in under 3 minutes. Now, initially, I was kind of worried when I heard about these trophies. I was kind of worried that maybe they would be, somehow missable. But according to Power Picks, none of the trophies in the game are missable because all missions and all boss fights and everything can be replayed. So thankfully, there is nothing missable in this game, technically, since you can just go back and replay stuff. So that is definitely a positive. Karate King. Don't take damage during the Sandy boss fight. I wonder if that means it's going to be a lot like the one in Battle for Bikini Bottom. Deck Scrubber. Reclaim the Dutchman's ship within 5 minutes during the boss fight. So it sounds like we might be fighting the Flying Dutchman again. Pet, you didn't see that coming. Don't get seen by King Gary during the boss fight. So a stealthier boss fight, okay. Dehydrated. Evade all of Pom Pom's shockwaves during the boss fight. That seems like a brand new enemy. Knight in Shining PJs. Deliver all cakes without getting hit once. Splash Zone. Have Glovey Glove defeat 20 enemies during the boss fight. I don't know if that's the boss and he can kill his own people, or if that's like an ally of some kind, or activated ability or something. Tentacle Dodger, don't get hit by Jelly Squidward's tentacles during the boss fight. I wonder if that's going to be kind of like the King Jellyfish boss fight, except with him it was more the idea of the shockwaves coming down and hitting you. Return to Sender. We're back to bronze trophies here. Defeat 5 Jelly Makers by knocking other enemies into them. That should be pretty easy. Stunning Performance. Push 50 enemies with the Jelly Maker Roar. So maybe that's one of the early costumes you get. Friendly Fire. Defeat a big jelly with the Baby Boom projectile. That seems simple enough, I guess. Bubble the Trouble. Bubble 10 Tartar jellies that are currently engaged in an attack. Looks like a lot of people get that trophy. That sounds kind of complicated, but I guess it's pretty easy. Hazardous. Defeat 25 Ninjellies with environmental hazards. So like blowing up barrels and stuff on them, I guess. Sponge Out of Harm's Way. Defeat 50 enemies without taking damage inflicted by them. Given the high percentage of that trophy being obtained, I'm pretty sure that just means that you have to defeat 50 different enemies without taking a hit from any of those enemies, not 50 enemies in a row or anything like that. Bamboozled. Bubble an enemy that hasn't detected SpongeBob yet. That seems pretty simple, like a stealth attack almost. Spongebob Jelly Pants. Carry 10,000 jellies at once. So presumably jellies are the sort of replacement for shiny objects in this game. Jellyfish Hunter. Catch 50 jellyfish. So I guess that you can catch jellyfish again like you could back in Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. I'm good with that. Sponginator. Destroy 500 objects. That's probably unmissable. King of Bubbles. Bubble 100 enemies. That's probably unmissable. It seems like bubbling enemies is going to be a major thing in this game. The Way of the Sponge. Karate Kick 100 enemies. That's probably unmissable. Red and Shiny. Press 50 buttons. That's probably unmissable. Boxing Champion. Destroy 1,000 tikis. That's probably also unmissable. Spring Cleaning. Suck in a total of 100 enemies with the Reef Blower. Looks like we are getting the Reef Blower back from Revenge of the Flying Dutchman, except that now it sucks instead of blowing. Insert laugh track here. Is it a plane? Is it a pizza? Wait, what? Is it a plane? Is it a... Okay, so that's actually... Is that a joke from the series that I don't get? Glide 1,000 meters throughout the game. That seems very easy, though. Not 1,000 at once, just 1,000 total. Bounce Bob. Jump 10 times in a row on one jump pad. That seems easy enough. Sponge Lock Holmes Pants. That is... Oh, that's a gold trophy. Find the secret in every level. So I think there's only like 7 worlds plus probably like a hub world. So maybe 8 worlds where we have to find secrets in. Is that... I think that might be... That's about similar to Battle for Bikini Bottom. Because Battle for Bikini Bottom had, I want to say, like 9 true levels and like 3 boss areas plus the Bikini Bottom hub world. So this game might actually be a little bit smaller unless the worlds are a lot bigger. Wanted Sponge. Hit 25 NPCs. Easy enough. Beach Spinster. Spin 6 beach umbrellas at once. I remember you could do that again in Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. I'm getting some serious Revenge of the Flying Dutchman flashbacks here. Music Enthusiast. Listen to a Slamville perform a solo in peace and quiet. That's probably like an area-specific type of trophy. Fashion Hunter. Unlock all costumes. I'm assuming there's going to be more than the 4 that were in Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. I think there's closer to like 30. And finally, want to see me do it again? Clear every level and defeat the final boss. Another gold trophy. Presumably, when you get that, you probably... Well, no, you wouldn't necessarily get the platinum with it in this case because you have all the miscellaneous trophies. So overall, this platinum trophy looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It definitely looks different from Battle for Bikini Bottom in that you have just way more miscellaneous trophies this time around. But from what I've been hearing from early reviews and everything, not only are there no missable trophies, but apparently the game is going to be about a 15 to 20 hour platinum and about a 3 out of 10 in difficulty. And I would say that's sort of what I got from this. I felt like it might be a little bit shorter given that there are fewer worlds. But I guess with all the miscellaneous trophies and stuff, maybe that makes a little bit more sense. So I'm going to agree with the original current consensus that the game's probably going to be about 15 to 20 hours and about a 3 out of 10 in difficulty. But we will find out soon enough because SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom drops on the 31st of January, which may very well be the day that this video goes up, and I will be live streaming it starting that night. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like, favorite, share, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already, and I will see you guys back here for the next part.